my YouTube channel. Thank you for coming back again today. It's so good to see you. So today I thought we could do a little bit of yoga together because when I feel really stressed out, a good solution for me is to do some yoga. And I've been working out quite a bit because of Corona and there's nothing else to do that my knee is hurting and my lower back hurts. So yeah, it's honestly just a good thing to do together. I am in no means a yoga coach or instructor at all. I just do it in my free time as a hobby. So this isn't like a video you'll do like seriously to get a deep. It's just like, let's do it together. Let's have some fun. Let's just, two friends sitting here doing yoga. Like let's just do it together. Let's just have fun. It doesn't have to be anything crazy serious. I'm not gonna do any like deep pose, like hard poses because most of them I can't do anyways. So yeah, I'm also gonna do voiceovers because I think it'll just be easier to hear me if I just record my voice afterwards. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start with just being in a seated position, and we're gonna really focus on our breath while we're here. You want to do a deep inhale and exhale, and this is kind of your time to just focus on your body and listen to what it's saying. I like to do some neck rolls because I carry a lot of my stress in my shoulders. So right now we're just going to large circle rotate our neck and back the other way. And then now we're going to put our arm down. Hopefully you can get your elbow down. If you can't, you can do a variation where your hand is down and your elbow is bent. And you're going to lift your arm up over your head. And you'll feel the stretch on your side and kind of like where your lower rib area is. To get a slightly deeper stretch, you can look up. Or if that hurts, you can keep your head down. And what I like to do is small circles with my arms to better feel the stretch. It makes it a little bit deeper. So we'll just start large circles going one way. And then we'll rotate and start going the other way. And with this pose, you want to do your best to keep your hips on the ground planted. So if that means you need to come up a little bit to stay on your hands, you're more than welcome to do that. If your hip lifts a little bit, it's okay. You just want to do your best to stay grounded. And then we'll start rotating our arms, big circle one way. Feeling the stretch again in our lower ribs. And start rotating the other way. And we're going to lift ourselves back up to a seated position. And what you're going to do is extend your arm out as far as you can and tilt your head the opposite direction. You'll feel that pull in this, like the side of the neck, the top of the shoulder. And if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can put your arm up on your head and slightly pull. It's not a tight, it's mostly just you're resting your arm there. This one feels especially good for me because I get so tense. Now when you're coming out of that position, make sure that you're coming out slowly or it can hurt if you jerk up quickly. We're going to go ahead and do the other arm. You'll extend out. Feel free to put your hand on your head and rest it there to deepen the stretch. Don't forget to be focusing on your breath while doing this. You want to have a steady, deep inhale and exhale. All right, we'll come out of that position, just kind of rotate your neck, and then let's start doing some cat-cow. So I inhale deep and arch my back, and exhale and bring my back up. Feel free to play with a little bit of movement here. Just find what feels good for you. Just a little bit of free movement. You're just kind of warming your body up. Now we're going to go up into downward dog. Don't ever try to force your heels down when you first start doing this. I like to do little bicycle movements with my legs just to get a little more comfortable with that stretch. Just to help deepen the stretch. Alright, so we're going to bring one leg up. And what I like to do is bring it back behind my other leg to widen my hips. We'll bring it straight up to the top of your mat. And you will plant your knee down. And now what I'm doing is taking that leg and pushing it out to the side and coming down on my elbows. If this is too painful, come up on your hands. It is okay to do that. Don't force yourself into any position that you cannot be comfortable in. I just like this stretch a lot. We'll bring it back up. Alright, bring it to a warrior pose. And then here I like to just work on some deep breaths while balancing. So we'll rotate our arms up, inhale, and exhale out. If you haven't done this in a while, you might feel it popping in your chest. It is one of the most satisfying things. So I like to arch forward a little bit when I breathe and bend my back and arch my back backwards when I exhale to deepen that stretch. Just gonna rotate on the sides, get a little bit of a side stretch. I know that this is a variation of the warrior pose, but I am not sure what it is. So we will come back to downward dog. A little bicycle kicks again. And we're going to do the same thing with the opposite leg. So bring our left leg up. Swing back to widen the hips. And we will bring it to the front of the mat as gracefully as you can. It's not always. Bring our knee down and come down to our elbows. Again, feel free to use a block or a book if you prefer that. Or just stay up on your arms. You just want to feel that pull in your inner thigh. It's very similar to like a pigeon position. Alright, and we're going to come up to warrior one. Find balance in that back foot. If it takes a little bit, that's okay. I like to slightly rotate my foot. Alright, and then we will start doing our deep breaths. So inhale, arch your back, exhale. Inhale, lean forward. Inhale, lean back, and then exhale, leaning forward. We will rotate and do the sides again. Don't forget about your breath. You might be starting to feel some heat. I know I sure was. Probably should have worn a longer shirt. That would have helped. Okay, and then we will come back down and bring our leg back to downward dog, come to our knees. And what we're going to do next is get into child's pose. So you'll come down and spread your knees as wide as you can with your toes touching or close to touching, and then just slide your arms back down. Don't forget to focus your breath here. This is a good time to come back comfortable with it. If you'd like, you can keep your arms activated by slightly lifting in the fingertips, or you can just enjoy the second of relaxation. All right. We'll come back to our knees and all the way down to our stomach. We're going to do Cobra here. Inhale, exhale it on your way down. Inhale on your way up, pushing with your fingertips this time. Bring it down. Usually your feet stay on the ground. I'm not quite sure why I keep bringing mine up. Just felt good today. This time we will bring our knees up and tip our head back as far as we can. And I like this stretch. I have no clue what it's called. It just feels very good. We'll grab the back of the tops of our ankles, your toes, anything you can reach, and pull with our arms. It is a little bit harder to breathe in this position, but don't forget to. All right, we will come back to our knees. Now we're going to do pigeon. So we'll start sitting up, and I like to grab the back of my leg for this one. Don't hurt yourself again. If it's too strong, just bring your back leg down. It's totally cool. Also, if you put it into you can also put your foot into your elbow if you want a deeper stretch. But now we're going to lay down and just enjoy the stretch that is the pigeon. Focusing on our breath. We'll come back up and we will switch legs. Bring our left foot up this time. And I'm a little bit more comfortable on this side. So we will bring our foot back. Whoop. Sometimes you have to work your way into whatever position you are wanting. It's been a while since I tucked it into my elbow, so here I am just kind of working with getting it close to that. Just being gentle with yourself, being okay if you can't get into a position you used to. It just takes time. All right, we're going to lower the foot down and come to a laying down pigeon. Focusing on our breath, enjoying the stretch. All right, we'll come back up. Go do downward dog again, some bicycle kicks. Lift our leg up and bring it to the top of your mat. And this stretch helps with if you're trying to get into the splits. That's not really something I'm super interested in, but it is still a good stretch. So you'll extend your foot out as far as you can. Bring your arms down. Don't ever hyperextend your knee. Try to keep a slight bend in your knee. And then come down as low as you can. If you have to use blocks, that's totally fine. If you can flat hand it, good for you. If you can come down to your elbows, you're doing great. I am not anywhere near there. This stretch usually hurts for me, so just be careful. Don't make it hurt worse than it needs to be. Now we'll bring it back and just grab your toes, stretch to the straight leg. Don't forget to give your muscles some loving. Just rub them every once in a while if they begin to hurt. Same with your feet. Your feet do a lot for you. Give them some rubbing when they start to hurt. It's usually it's usually one of the first things I start when I do yoga, right before I get into deep breaths. Just show your body a little bit of love. It does a lot for you. So we are back in the split pose, bringing our leg as far forward as we can. Taking deep breaths. You can do a little bit of bend and straightening if that helps. All right, we'll bring the foot back, keep the leg straight, and we'll reach down for our toes. All right, we'll just come up real quick, readjust everything, and touch our toes. Sometimes this just feels good if you've been doing a lot of like back arching, just to hang down there for a little bit. You're more than welcome just to grab your elbows and just hang there. Feel free to do some bending in the knees to try to deepen the position. Again, don't push yourself or hyperextend your knees. It's okay to have a soft bend. All right, we'll come on down to laying on the mat and just do a little bit of laying down leg work. So we'll cross our left foot over, top of the knee, we'll hug it. Bring it as close to the top of your chest as you can. Don't forget breathing, and I like to keep my feet activated while doing so, either keep them pointed or flat. Now you're going to bring your right leg down, but keep it pointed, don't let it touch the ground, and you will bring your left knee up to your chest and just kind of hold that for a little bit. We will switch legs, keeping your left leg straight, not hovering above the ground. Don't forget your breath again here, guys. We're almost to the end. At this point, if you've spaced out a little, it is okay. I usually do towards the end of my practice. Mine starts to go a little bit blank, and you just enjoy having done some yoga today, having done some good for your body today. All right, we'll release it. Just lay here for a quick second. Take some deep breaths. The quickest shavasana you've ever done. Then we'll come back up to a seated position like we started. And I like to just take some deep breaths. Don't forget to keep your back straight as possible. You want to keep your spine straight with your head all the way up. You can do some neck rolls, whatever feels good. I like to end my practices how I started them a lot of the times, so that it is a complete circle. Do some shoulder lifts, some rotations. We can one way and start going back the other way. Before we leave, we're just going to center our breath again. Inhale. The light in me recognizes and admires the light in you. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for the practice.